fairies that do it because there's not many fairies. The fairies are the royalty.
Oh boy.
Ooh, okay, so this is like Candy Faye wild a little.
Kind of, yeah. So you're all
I'm into
kidnapped.
that.
That's why you can be pretty much any race or any kind of thing, because you are literally plucked from different planes of existence and thrown here and forced to
Ooh,
work here.
Mm.
And there is some binding issues that you will find out about basically from the character.
oh,
From the first character you'll pretty much meet that aren't you guys. Like just you all. It's like the NPC that greets you all. He is briefly described in the introduction to the game. So right at the bottom, it's something like "Welcome to this hell."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the character that is basically the very first one you really get to interact with.
how do you guys do the gold just real quick?
/ roll 5d4 times 10. Space
Thank you.
5d4. You have to make sure there's a space between roll and whatever you want to roll.
There we go. Oh
Nice.
wow!
Nice.
Oh wow!
Let's go.
Oh wow! Oh my! Oh my! Where is the inventory? Let's just add that in there right now.
That's
I
at least
can't-
one potion.
If you have any questions about the world, this is like a good time to ask, because otherwise it'll be described. You'll have to find out otherwise. I won't tell
Is
you
there
everything.
is there a uniform that we're wearing, or are we arriving in our clothes that we had
You
before?
arrive in your clothes, and you can exchange your weaponry for candy equivalent versions of it if you wish.
Yes, I done that.
No. No.
I got a giant lollipop warhammer.
I
And if
might
you
I might go for a candy rock candy mace.
Yo, I like
And
that.
if you do that, you get the cost of your item back times 5.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh.
I got more
There's a-
gold.
There's a reason for that.
Shit's gonna break.
Oh, okay. That's a fair guess, but I think for the aesthetic, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Same,
Um,
absolutely.
At least because I love a good. I knew that when I was getting one of the Candyland thing, I'm like, I know I want to get rock candy involved somehow. We'll see once we get there. Okay.
So you said it was cost times 5?
Yes.
Word. I already have assuming I'm right. I'm working under the assumption that I'm right for right now until we find out. But I have a case for when my hammer breaks of what should happen.
Yeah. Just respect.
Word.
How much does mace cost? Oh, 5.
Because I just want to confirm that we are just arriving, correct?
Yes.
Good. So we haven't been here for any period of time. Good to know. Just want to confirm.
Yeah, this is literally, you're all thrown in. And this is also how I can get other players in later, or if people drop out or can't make it or something like that. They literally get pulled in.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So can we add that gold for the weapons now or later?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Because you can spend it now if you want, because you'll spend it in the town anyway on some things. Just be aware after character creation, weapons will vary in price depending on what they are.
Mhm.
Like candy weapons will be cheaper.
Ooh.
That might break or get eaten.
Permanent blades. So
Like-
you
You can buy ammunition as well, like gunpowder is in the world, but it's just like the poppers. Have you ever seen them little paper bang things that you throw on the ground and they bang?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's what they look like. the gunpowder, they come in little bags, and if you throw it in the gun, they do just explode into a small bang. But you can put them in your gun as ammunition.
That's fun. Okay, so another question about
Hmm?
the world: are the kids okay?
The kids, they're fine.
They look okay. Okay.
Oh, you'll never get to see them, or
Oh,
you hope
okay.
you don't get to see them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the
Do we-
cleanup crew at Disney. No one wants to see them. That's what
We're like
we are.
walking, we're like walking in the Chuck E. Cheese after hours.
I'll take your word for it because that is.
Oh, have you not been heard of a Chuck E. Cheese?
I know what it is.
Okay,
Five Nights at
Not-
Freddy's, basically.
it's it's
Yeah.
basically Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's why I assumed it was.
I think I've done. Oh, let me get my spells.
I take it that we're not under any effect of exhaustion or something from the teleportation, or is there anything we need to add from being
There's some slight
kidnapped?
nausea,
Yeah.
but it will fade fairly quickly.
Do we know what we were doing beforehand, or is there
You-
any?
You can decide what you were doing before you got kidnapped.
So
Okay.
Word.
just wanted to know if we remember anything before.
You remember it all.
Okay. My character is going to be intensely investigating themselves because they're feeling sick and they are a plague doctor. You walked into this one yourself.
Do you think the fairies care what you think?
No. Not until I
Well,
dissect them.
I took the entertainer background, so I think that they're gonna like me. Yeah, I'm thinking. I still have to think of a name, but I'm thinking that I was some kind of like, what is it? Like a jester, but I was a jester for like soldiers. So that's why I have the healing capabilities. Like I was doing the dances for the troops.
You're
I'm
the
not- I'm
USO
not-
show.
I'm not a musician. I think I'm like more of like a tumbler kind of role. I like good acrobatics.
So
roll
you're not an
around,
exotic
do some
dancer for the soldiers, right?
For the right
No,
price, maybe.
for the right price, absolutely. But yes. So I'm that's the energy I'm bringing to the
Like that.
to.
Yeah, you do you.
Mhm.
One other question. Certain like equipment we could get. Basically, I with my gold, I bought a bag of caltrops. Can those also just be candy for the sake of aesthetic?
Yeah.
Yes. I want them to be like the classic. Like I want them to be like a pointed version of like the movie rendition of the Everlasting Gobstopper from
Oh yes.
Charlie the Chocolate Factory.
I know which ones you mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the multicolored, but like a spiked version. That's the only
Terrifying.
equipment I bought. I bought with my hammer money. I bought one extra health potion and a bag of caltrops, and I kept the rest of the gold.
I'm trying to.
Not gonna cut that.
Where can you
Oh.
add? Can you? Oh, never mind.
I also have javelins. What should those be?
You could do it with rock candy.
Yeah, rock candy's an option. Pointed candy canes might be another.
Oh.
Thing is, I have English sweets, so it comes out with different things. I picked candy because it sounds better than sweets. The Sweetland.
Yeah.
I like
Sweetland.
I was thinking of, like the classic board game Candyland. Here in the States anyway.
Alright.
Could be a
Have a
lollipop.
digestive shield.
I have the
Digestive shield.
lollipop hammer though. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
but
get like
it's
a different.
It's more like the it's been licked away, the entire top,
Oh, so it's
more
just
the
the
shaft.
stick.
pretty much. It might have a little bit still stuck on the end, so it's a bit of a spike.
So it sticks to the target better.
Yeah.
Terrifying?
Dude, I am the lollipop guild from hell. That's my character.
Killed.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
to add to the creepy factor, I have the urchin background. And what that permits me is a pet rat. And given that my halfling only has one eye, the rat takes up residence in the eye
Oh
socket.
my gosh, that is that's so. What? Okay, what? I think a fun question could be: what genre would you say of fantasy is the world your character is from?
Mine would be like, think like late 90s, early 2000s, like American animation. So like Invader Zim,
Oh,
that
I
kind
know
of stuff.
that's great.
So like cutesy, creepy kind of thing.
It's like it's off-putting, but it's also like it would be cute as a plush.
Exactly. It has the same appeal as like the ugly dolls do, you know?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Cutesy creepy. That's the vibe of Jasper here. Oh, I need to think of a name for the rat.
I just need to think of a name. Period.
Um,
I think I'll
his name's
wait to
gonna be
buy.
Digit.
That's cute.
I've had in 2 days now. I've run 2 games where it's character creation, and 2 people have picked to have pet rats.
Yes.
You have a
I'm
rat.
not good with pets.
You choose a rat right next to a plague doctor.
Yeah, it fitting the aesthetic, right?
Yeah. This only gets better.
Just give me an eye exam, you'll see him.
Oh my gosh.
Are
You'll
you
have 2
sure?
eyes in one.
Yeah, so I have 3 eyes technically. Yeah, going off that Ratatouille. He controls it from inside the eye socket instead of the hair.
If anyone has seen everything everywhere all at once, there's a very funny reference to Ratatouille in that movie.
Ooh.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's hilarious. It's the movie itself is amazing. But that there are just parts of it that are so for the first time I think in honestly years, I outwardly cackled very loudly in a movie theater. Without
that.
embarrassment, only because everyone else also was cackling at the same scenes. But I've never made that much noise in a theater, maybe in my life. Honestly, like in my adult life. As a child, I can't speak to that.
That's high praise right there.
It's a great movie. I honestly
Good
would.
option here.
I'm honestly thinking of like buying it so I can just physically own it.
I respect that.
But there's a fun Ratatouille moment in that. Gosh, that's so funny. Shoot, I need the name. I'm trying to think of another question about the world. So is the person that lets us out of the cages? Are they our sort of like manager or?
Yeah, they're your manager / contact. It kind of works on after the first mission or 2, and they get a bit of faith in what you actually can do. They put you in front of a bulletin board where you pick what you want to do.
Ooh,
Nice.
So the first mission or 2 are predetermined. After that, it's more where do you want to go and what do you want to do.
I like that.
Yeah.
He is your manager technically, but he's very hands off because he doesn't want to deal with most of you.
Is he human?
He is human.
Okay. Yeah, so
wonder if he got brought here.
yeah, he's the best at his job.
Just one moment.
I don't know why for like half a second I thought he was gonna be like made of candy. Like he's just like a gummy bear, you know?
We could make him into one.
Oh yeah,
Playing
I'm gonna make.
Dr. Frankenstein.
I have the ceremony spell, and if you don't think I'm going to bless some weird bubble soda
I'm
to
about
use
it.
against like zombies and stuff. It's gonna get real interesting. It's gonna shake
I'm
up a
so
bottle of
excited for this.
soda. Mhm.
Like when Josh first put this like the idea for this campaign in the server, I was like, I'm so about this. I really hope it's on a day I can play.
My Thursdays are usually good, so I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I
I'm like
mean,
this.
I work until 9:30 in the morning Eastern, so it worked out perfectly for me.
Oh, I work mornings until like 5:30. But only from uh Thursdays are sometimes a day that I do have to work, but I would be out. I'd probably just leave a little earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
This is after my shift at work, so
My shifts at work start at either midnight or 3 a.m.
I had to let go of that overnight shift life. I can't.
Oh,
I miss it. I like night shifts.
I just don't like dealing with customers. Like I work retail, man.
Oh, I
What do-
understand that.
oof.
Oh gosh. I work
Yeah, I work
for
at a
Amazon.
craft store.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you work for Amazon?
Yeah, I work in one of the warehouses.
Dude, that must be rough.
I
It's
pity
honestly
you.
not like awful, but I do yoga, so I'm okay. Other people, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like. Other people, I'm like, I don't know how you can. They'll like pick up like 2 extra shifts, and I will see them visibly never stretch once during a shift, and I'm like, it's already bad enough for me if I don't like do a few stretches during the day. But at least I do make up for it with some yoga and stuff. But I can only imagine what it's like if people don't stretch because it's very repetitive movements and stuff can be heavy. I'm a strong boy, but
Oh
stuff
yeah.
can be heavy.
I feel
No, I'm an
that.
engineer.
I studied that in school.
Different kind of engineer.
Or is it?
I don't know. I'm an advanced. It's a advanced form of mechanical engineer.
Okay.
It's called a toolmaker.
I like that.
The weirdest thing, you don't actually make tools as people think you make tools. You make things that make things, which are usually tools.
Tool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like at one point we made a device that you fed a bar of metal in, and what you got out the other side was a chisel. Didn't have the handle attached. It basically stamped out a chisel. So we made a tool that
Awesome.
made a tool.
Engineering 101.
Yeah, that was like one aspect of engineering I didn't study back in high school.
I don't think anyone does.
I did like so many other too. Like I did like design. I did electrical engineering. I did biochemical engineering
Wow.
or biotechnical, not biochemical.
Yeah, that would have been a very different conversation to have.
One's a little more concerning.
Yeah, especially considering my job.
I
Yeah,
swear
your
I'm
job.
not on any watch list.
I can check.
He can.
Good. I hope I'm not on any watch list.
Even if I find you, I won't tell you. I literally can't. I would lose my job.
Gotta love that suspense.
Mm-hmm. And now we wait.
Will I turn out like your cleric? Let's find out.
You would have to live up to a lot to reach that.
Set my eyes high, even though I'm a halfling. It's fine.
All right.
Let's see. What other questions do I have? Are there? I guess. I mean, we'll probably find out. But are there fairy? How are we doing? Are there fairy queens like equivalent?
There's the sugar plum queen.
Okay, only one.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay,
I already hate her.
girl
Yes.
boss, iconic.
I mean this with no disrespect towards you, DM, but I hate her guts already.
That's fine.
Oh, I'm going to love her.
We're
I
gonna
will remain indifferent.
we're
I
all
will-
gonna get along famously.
It's gonna be wonderful when I get in there and see. I've probably been to like a few different royal performances maybe in my life, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, they have the good, they have the good wine.
Oh.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's
Do you have any questions for our characters? I guess that would help.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through them now. So Urchin's quite easy. The Doc is quite straightforward as well because I'm pretty sure he just wants to get the fuck out.
Mhm. And dissect a lot of Fae that kidnapped me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And collect some bones.
Uh,
Some fairy bones. They're really good adhesives.
and you've already explained yours, Charles, that you were an entertainer for soldiers.
Yes, I was an entertainer for soldiers. That went well, good for a while, but I think that some bad things happened.
I spell sugar right. I'm spelling it with an E. Why? Am I spelling it with an E? Just trying to get some last little tweaks. Nope, that's just nothing. I think I just showed you nothing.
Let's see here. um,
We're in a cage, right? When we get in there.
Yes, use that in a cage.
Yeah.
Just for
Cage.
I'm
Just for
usually
shits
on
and
the
giggles.
outside. I'm usually on the outside of the cage looking in. It's cozy in here.
It's like anytime our characters are talking to each other, I think you're making eye contact, but you're really just observing the rat in my eye.
Yeah.
like hyper focusing on the rat in your eye. That is like you don't cover it up. I'm assuming.
No, he just like perched there. It's like think like a birdhouse almost, but it's an eye socket.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Does he bring food in there?
Yeah, if he wants, if he's hungry.
What else does he leave in there? And no, I don't want to know. And you are facing a person with a bird-like mask. This is just getting bare. This bird of
Good
prey
thing
is
I'm
looking down
small.
at you. And
I will say one thing: all of your characters will wake up with a collar around their neck.
Okay.
Ooh.
Does the rat have a collar?
valid.
Does Digit have
Technically,
a collar?
yes, because it's an adult.
Okay. Digit gets a collar?
Yeah. There's a reason for them. They're not all negative either. Some of them have beneficial effects.
My mind just like went to like, oh, you think dying will get you out of your job? That could just be the American in me though.
Wow.
Relatable. Oh,
I got nothing
gosh.
for that.
It's not fun. It's a living.
It's a living.
What else do I need to say? This is the session 0, of course. There is the system of veils. So, if at some situation, for whatever reason, most likely, if for some reason sexual, if you ever did it, I would fade to black.
Okay.
And not go into detail about that because it's no.
I
Everyone uncomfortable. Let's not go there.
Oh,
I don't think we need to talk about which flavors the lubricants are.
No.
but,
The other
but we
one
are
is
in a candy land. What
Not
colors
candy
are
flavored.
they? Oh
I think it's
no.
They're
called
savory.
Sugary rock top.
Okay, I might have to turn this to the grim dark version if everyone's like this. Trust me, I had two versions
Raspberry
of this.
gushers.
One of them is the normal one that you're all in, and the other one is the grim dark version. It's got some very horrible things happening in the background that you will all see, but the kitty won't, of course.
Mm,
Hmm.
Like recycling.
Mm.
Where is it?
Everything's made out of
Ah,
flesh.
X, N's, and O's. Technically, yes.
X's and O's.
X's are X cards are used to indicate that a participant is uncomfortable with the current content. Once results in often resulting in a change, rewind or skip. So an N card can be used to participate if you feel the content is heading towards an X card. So if you think this is heading somewhere you're not comfortable, you say, "I'm not comfortable with this," or I think this is heading somewhere I'm not comfortable with. I will try divert it. I will either try to work around it, fade to black, or rework it entirely
Mm.
because I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable.
Word.
An O card is after that. I would say something like, "Is everyone okay?" After we've gone past that moment, so I don't carry on and make someone uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it's just to make sure I do that properly. I will try to take breaks in sessions, usually about halfway through, so about 2 hours in.
That's about what I normally work with.
There's sometimes I'll do it later, sometimes I'll do it earlier, depending on what's going on.
Mhm.
I will try give this a good mix of role play, combat, throw in some puzzles, the standard D&D stuff. But there is some sessions where it'll be combat heavy, other ones will be role play heavy. It's just how it goes.
I'm a pretty big fan of both.
Yeah.
Split down the middle. Especially, given whatever context it is, like if we're going to meet with the NPC that we've been trying to reach for like 3 to 4 sessions, then I'm not going to be opposed to that being a very role play heavy
Mhm.
session when we're like, explaining or getting something explained to us that will help out a whole lot.
Like the first section will probably be quite a bit of role play, but there might be combat in it depending how far you get.
Or if we just decide to hit people, you never know.
Yeah.
Wake up, choose violence.
They aren't going to haggle with you to lower that price. Oh, they're not going to haggle. Well, it's going to be free $99.
or mace.
I'm
Go for
rich apparently,
kneecaps.
so I guess I'm a successful entertainer because I get a lot of. I guess I'm a really good.
I mean, shit. I got 34 gold for a guy who lives on the street, so doing well for myself.
Yeah.
I must have just snatched
Are you
some wealthy
pickpocketing or?
person's purse and then got ported here. Immediately noticed the Warhammer is made of candy and give it a lick.
I will try and give everyone their fair moment, of course. That's what I should be doing as a DM. I might try and stop. I will try and stop some people if they're going off too far, or if they're taking up too much limelight, and I'll try jump to someone else. Most of the time I won't directly say stop. Most of the time I will just try steer it to someone else more naturally than just trying to halt everything. But if I do say stop, I do mean it.
Yeah.
Yes, DM.
Let's not piss off God.
A good point.
Oh,
Valid.
God, all over again. Yeah. Every time I say something, he says, "Thanks, God." It's like,
Yeah.
But either way. With that, I guess we could start the first session if you want to.
Yay.
Really quickly, I'm over in my spell book. I'm trying to see how I can change the prepared spells for the day.
Oh, it's the little. If you look on the right side, there's a little sun.
Yes.
You click on that, it should unprepare it. So the highlighted,
Perfect.
the ones, yeah.
Yeah. I have one question. It's a minor one. I do have the good berry spell. How many good berries can I safely store without going too far?
I'm trying to remember how many it makes.
10. Up to 10.
Makes 10. Don't they only last for a day?
24 hours specifically. So if I cast them before I take a long rest, then they will last for the whole next day.
Yeah.
But if I have, let's say, 12 spell slots, can I make 120 berries and carry them with me? That's 100. That's 120 hit points plus 1 plus 2 for each of them. So 400, 500 plus hit points walking around with.
I'll say no. I'll say you'll be able to cast it once a day.
Yeah, but I will. So I have set in my inventory good berries. I'll limit to holding 10.
Otherwise, it does get a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, which is why I wanted to confirm ahead of time instead of, spamming the ever living hell out of this.
Just eating handfuls of good berries as we're walking along.
I need all the health I can get. It's a good thing it isn't temporary health. Well, actually, no, it'd be better if it's temporary health because you can't stack them.
Yeah. Huh. Well, my dagger of good berries. Whenever you need healing, I'll stab you. I make the pain go away.
Mildly unsettling.
Only mildly.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I have a rat in my eye socket.
Fair enough.
My bar for weird is definitely not the average.
Just double checking. I have things ready. Everything apart from no, he's here. No, he isn't finished. Just one thing isn't finished, but that I don't think you're going to see that anytime soon. So, or at least not in a session 1.
Really quick. I think that I didn't add my cantrips the first time. How do I do that now? Do I got to go back into the import?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And there should be a category for spells. You can filter them so they're cantrip and cleric only, or you can just not touch anything and it should only show you the cleric ones anyway.
3 cantrips. Just so that you remember.
I'm looking at some extra ones like moment to think.
Huh. There's also, I believe, accelerate a spell that gives another player another action to use. Kind of a cool spell.
Yeah, there's a cantrip that when you cast the spell, you briefly stop time for everyone but yourself. You can take 1 additional action and move around in your space while no time passes for other creatures. That action can be used only to take a search or use object action, or to make an intelligence roll to remember information about something.
Ooh.
Furthermore, you can't affect or damage any creature or object other than the objects you are wearing or carrying. If the object leaves your hand, it also becomes frozen in time.
Nice.
That's that's a Valda one, so.
Yeah. Where do I go to import those?
It depends on what category you want to look into, but if you look at the top when you go to select the import, your actions and spells and things, find source and just put in Valda, Valda, and just click the tick and click open importer, and it'll open all the D&D, 5e, and Valda.
Yeah, there we go. Boulders of Spire. Okay.
So I got it. To just the cleric and cleric trickery spells, but it's requiring that I click on one of them to import it. Do I have to do them like individually that way?
You can do them in 2 ways. You can either click the play button, and that'll automatically add it, or you can tick the box at the end and then import on the bottom left.
Button.
You should have like a plus
Oh,
and a play button, I think.
yeah. So if I click the play button, it'll just add.
Yeah, it'll just add that one. If you click the plus, it expands the spell so you can actually see what it is.
Okay.
While everyone does that, I'm just gonna order my spells. That there's some semblance of, for the love of, some semblance of, why won't you work? So that I can relax, enjoy the game, and why won't you move? Ah, there we go.
Oh, you can get Eye of Anubis as well. Finger guns.
I have questions, but at the
That's
same
a cantrip you can take.
yeah, I have questions, but at the same time I don't.
It does 1d8 force damage on a hit. It doesn't require ammunition. But it's considered a firearm for the spell effects. So if you have a spell that affects firearms and you use finger guns, you count as firing a gun. I like that.
Yeah.
There's a cantrip called Cheat.
Oh, I wonder what that does.
You can reroll any ability check you make to play non-magical games of skill.
Okay. Yes, please and thank you.
Candy Blast.
Okay, that one makes me want to vomit right away.
Yeah, that's one of the ones you can have. You summon a handful of hard candy, boiled sweets, mints, jelly beans, and hurl them at your target you see within range. Does 1d8 bludgeoning damage. And the square they're stood on becomes difficult terrain.
Yeah, of course it does. I'm just
It
surprised it
has
doesn't deal 1d4 damage on trying to move through that area too.
Nah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, but they're hard candy. Have you ever stepped on one of those damn things?
And not as bad as Lego.
Fair. Is there a spell called Lego?
I don't know.
Those are the cal. That's what the caltrops are for.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good. The gummy brick candy, the hard Lego candy.
Oh no.
That's what I want the caltrops to be. I changed my mind.
No. Uh,
It's literally hardened sugar in the shape of Lego bricks.
I hurt.
Yeah, I still like the barbarian, the muscle wizard. Barbarian. I still love him. Just burning hand is just backhand someone.
Yeah. I remember
Magic
that.
missile is you throw your weapon at someone. Because you're a magician, so of course it's magic.
Awesome.
That's how the muscle wizard works.
Yep.
Have you sorted your cantrips?
Yeah, I'm just getting the last spell.
Yep. And I'm confirming that things are accurate in my character sheet. That I don't have 6 hit points but 10 because I have a +4 constitution modifier. Yeah. I don't have 6 hit points or 6 swarms of rats. It's not all it takes to kill me. It takes 10 of them.
It takes 15 for me.
But you have one in your head.
Yeah.
They're not biting though.
Yet. I'm just gonna confirm with a 20 charisma, my spell save DC should be 15, right? At level 1.
8 plus your proficiency plus your spell casting modifier.
Good. Just want to confirm. Because it has never been this low before.
That's because you're level 10 in the other campaign.
Yeah, but in every campaign I've ever played, I've never had spell save this low.
Have you never been level 1?
I've been level 1, but my spell save DC has always been 16. Minimum.
Hmm.
I feel so weak right now.
Welcome to the mortal world.
Huh. I've never played a mortal character before.
Today I get to experience dying.
Hmm.
What an adventure!
Better make a backup character sheet.
Okay, I
doesn't
think
it?
I'm all good.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let's start, I guess.
Okay.
You all wake up in the dark. There's a sweet fragrance in the air. Everything's a little sticky to the touch, which is a little strange. You look around and it's just darkness. You can hear other people moving. People are murmuring and stuff, groaning. They must just be waking up like you do. You feel a bit nauseous for some reason, and you can feel something around your neck. And then suddenly on the ceiling, an image appears. It's showing a pretty castle in very vibrant colors, surrounded by what looks like very vibrant architecture in all sorts of stripes and bright colors and watercolors. A real mix mash of just what looked like candy. And a moment later, a small fairy appears on the image, and it goes, "Hello, and welcome to the Candyland Kingdom." One
Oh.
minute, this is a hard voice.
Yeah.
You're good.
It sounds good.
I like it.
Land of dreams, the land of magic, the land where all your heart's desires come true. And welcome, on and all, to Candy Kingdom. And it seems to move further into the castle. Well, the camera does, I should say. But then it sort of flickers, and you hear a flip, flip, flip sort of noise, and then it stops and goes all dark.
Hmm.
And then just normal lights appear on the ceiling, kind of like fluorescent lights, just doom, doom, doom. See several cages with people, and the cages are made of some kind of hard candy. And you see the walls are some kind of solid, and they look like dirt, but they're a bit softer than you expected in a way that you didn't expect. It's smoother. You can tell that they're probably made of fudge, oddly enough. And
is
at the
is it melty at all?
not quite, no. It feels like it should be melting with all these people and stuff, but it's not. Let me find. And on one side of the room, you hear a man speak up, and he goes, "Well, welcome to hell, I guess." This man appears for you all, just there with a
Oh my!
cigar and a lollipop.
Oh my gosh!
It's like, "Welcome to the maintenance group. I'll be Carl, your guide. Give us a moment. Well, go and pull the lever." And he just moves it, waves his hand in one direction with the cigar. You see the smoke coming off it. And then all of a sudden you hear, and the bars seem to lower down slowly with a bit of dust coming off them. Everyone's a bit groggy and stuff. And he's like, "Well, you can try kill each other if you want, but it won't work. You can
Are we
stay
already
here."
dead?
"No, you're not. You can
Oh.
follow me, or you can stay down there and die. I don't really care."
Well,
Come on.
given the options.
And as you look around, you can see that you're in an inset area, and there is a small ramp going up one side. You see several people going up, others looking confused.
I think
And
I cautiously fall in line.
I'd
I taste the wall.
yeah, right.
The wall is fudge.
Hmm.
Seeing that part, I will look around for my hammer, notice that it's not there, but see this giant lollipop there, pick it up, and like kind of like put it on my shoulder, take a bite out of the wall, and then follow in as well.
The doc, after examining themselves, just stands up and sees this man and starts instantly analyzing the obesity and all the effects of only eating sugar.
The weird thing is, he has really good teeth.
I am intrigued and horrified about everything. I carve a piece of the wall fudge.
Yeah. It's a bit harder than you expect for fudge. But you have a chunk of it.
I'm going to analyze this later.
So you're all. There's probably about 20 or 30 of you in total. You're all guided down this long corridor with the same sort of poor lighting that some of them are even flickering because they've not been maintained properly. And you are taken to an underground city.
Were we in individual cages or like kind of grouped together?
There
Oh
were
yeah, that's a
sort
good
of
question.
individual cages, but they were next to each other, so you could have technically reached over and tried to grab someone, I guess.
But like we were intentionally like separated by one, and one. Got you.
Yes. You are taken to this underground city that has a large. You're not sure what it is, but it kind of looks like crystallized sugar that seems to be glowing. You see
Are we
a
supposed to
pool
be
of.
seeing something,
Oh,
or just a
sorry.
black screen?
That
Yeah.
is my fault because of lighting.
I knew we had that in the past. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. That's my fault. I also get to turn that one thing on. So, can you see it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
There is. That's the only light source down here, apart from some in houses. You can hear water at the bottom, although the water in the bottom looks a little bluer than usual and a bit more solid. Which is weird to say about water.
Yeah.
A little artificial blue.
Kind of like an artificial blue, yeah. And it looks like kind of like loads of tiny little ice crystals, like semi-solid water. Like it's semi-frozen, and it's in some kind of weird. It's so small and fine grains that it sort of moves like liquid.
Do we have? Is there a distinctive scent to the place?
Blueberries.
Blueberries. Okay.
Is the water close enough to touch?
Where you are, yes, because you are coming on the ground floor.
I'm gonna go lick it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
watching this.
stick your head in the
Just,
ground. In the.
Like,
It tastes like.
it's very like I will say that all of my movements have the quality of like Shakespearean fairies. I would say like I'm doing very wide steps and I make a big like it's very getting everyone's attention, but not. I'm not actually trying to get everyone's attention, but it's just kind of in my nature now, and I kind of like dog style put my face in the water.
Prestidigitation. I
What
turned
does
it.
your character look
Wait,
at
wait,
like?
wait.
By the way.
Mine.
Yeah.
So if we're going with the idea that we're wearing what we were wearing before, I have like these. I have these really like garish, kind of old royalty clothing. Over like but underneath, I'm wearing like very. I'm wearing like scale mail and such, but I have like these very like beaded like cheap jewels. The kind of what is that like design with like the diamond like stitching where like it's not Harlequin.
Rhinestone?
Like I'm trying to think of like the paddings like if like Renaissance like no, is that right? It just has like this really it has big like jester quality to it. I would say jester, bejeweled jester. But you can kind of get glimpses of like militant like clothing underneath for protection. And I have like a very like weirdly pursed mouth, almost like I don't know how to say, like my smile has like a slightly Cheshire cat thing, like a little bit of a fish and Cheshire cat thing. Because I'm a Triton.
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, so I just take a sip just to get a flavor.
Well, it tastes like blueberry, extremely spicy blueberries. It's very cold as well. And it's got
Southern
ice in it.
I think that there are definitely some icicles when I take my head up, but I don't mind the cold.
But yeah, it's slushy. You know what that is? That's what we call it here.
The water's fine.
It's just spicy.
Really? Being next to him, I will then, do the same. Follow suit.
Prestidigitation.
You're just gonna put your head in.
Yeah. Well, can I do that as a halfling? Can I actually get my head down there far enough?
You can, but you'll have to do me in acrobatics. So just
Hey,
hold
can
on.
you hold my feet? I'll say.
You see my
So-
very, very scrawny arms, but I nod very enthusiastically.
I'm a small guy.
Oh yeah, that outfit in chat is very much like on brand for this.
Yeah, let me. So I'll describe my my character real quick. He's a halfling. So very short. 3 feet and change, and wears this like long, pointed, soft fabric cap that's striped. Also has a couple horns. That you're not sure if they're real or not. Um, he does have one eye, and what right now what looks just like a socket of like an empty socket with nothing in it. Um, long pointed ears, wearing just common clothes like any random person you see on the street wearing. And so after you grab his ankles, he'll put his head down and go for a
Yeah.
sip.
When you try it, the same sensation, cold, a bit chunky. In a way, it's you can feel the ice in it, but it tastes like meat, just raw meat.
Mmm. Okay. I'm gonna pull myself back up and slightly
There you go.
dump out the eye socket.
Yeah.
You see like the blue just like kind of
Brain
pouring
freeze.
down slightly.
No.
Looks like it crying.
crying slush.
Yeah.
That is beautiful and horrific. I love every bit of it.
You see some other people trying it, and they're all
Prestidigitation.
yeah,
Different
random
tastes.
taste every time.
Yeah,
Some love it, some hate it. No
Fresh
one's really sure why it tastes so weird. Either way, eventually you are taken basically straight across the bridge, so you can get a full view of everything. And Kyle stops you at the end. He's like, "Okay, so," my voice went. "So at this point, we split you into groups of random amounts. How do we do again? Oh yeah." He snaps his fingers, and all of your colors change color. For you three, you all have a yellow color. People with a color the same color as you, and team up. If you don't want to, I don't care. If you, I will now individually give you your groups of a job for you to do, and that's the time you can ask me questions.
As he says that, this person in a long coat and robe with a strange bird-like masks approaches the halfling. Would you care for some leeches in these trying times?
Are they for eating or? And I'll
You're-
take one.
Just points at the eye socket. There's still some blue.
Oh, don't worry about it. Someone will take care of that.
Just one moment.
Oh yeah, we'll hold off until the.
Yeah. From
Hello?
Cambridge. Hello? You're muted?
Hmm?
The anticipation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it be real. Some point I have to bring in the combine harvester. Mm. Can you hear us? Yeah, we are being quiet, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all
Quiet
kind of
anyway.
stood there staring. It's like, why aren't you talking?
Oh god.
I'll also just
Yep.
add that I love that you have visual aids to go with everything you're saying.
Who needs
I-
theatre minds when you have artists?
Yeah, I only have a few, but I do make use of them.
I'm so glad. I love it so much.
Okay, now I just have to find more.
Oh yeah, I was looking up the jesters.
You can also search Harlequin for an idea of what they look like.
Do
My
that,
mind
and I
just
get
went to
Warhammer.
Shaco.
Hmm.
Went to Shaco from League of Legends.
It kind of depends on what kind of jester harlequin you're going for as well.
Yeah.
Because if you go for a court jester, they tend to be not very flashy, but bejeweled.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the calling card, you know, like that's what separates them from the rest of the pack. Also, just being a
Bejeweled
Triton
jester.
is so cool. One of my
Mardi
favorite
Gras
races.
masks. Mardi Gras? Mardi Gras jester. Yeah, that's quite the helmet. That's quite the headgear.
Got like that masquerade vibe.
Oh yeah, very much. You can go kind of super creepy with them as well.
Yeah. Oh, my mind just went to did you ever watch Soul Eater?
I did a bit.
Did you get to the scene where it's Kid Death goes to like that city that's supposed to be perfect and has the two guardians who are like that?
I think so. It's been a long time since I watched it.
Let's see if I can grab a picture real quick.
If I can find an image. Been a long time since I've watched Soul Eater. Actually, a long time since I watched anime. I tend to read more nowadays.
Yeah, same here. Especially the waiting time. All
Yeah.
the waits.
I've gone for web novels now more from like Korea and more
Yeah.
because they tend to be weekly then.
Yes. Just all of the yes.
Yeah. Like one I'd recommend to anyone is Solo Leveling.
Yes. I've
It's
just
finished now though.
except they've put out a few more chapters. Haven't read them yet, but yeah, it sucks that it's finished, but I kind of get it too.
Yeah, the story did kind of end in a satisfying way.
Still haven't read it.
Here we go. Yeah, that reminded me of this. These were the enemies.
I think I've seen them before.
Yeah, it was like the scene was like he went to that city to retrieve like some magic artifact, and these were like the protectors of it. And they simultaneously did things like in perfect symmetry and then absolutely not perfect symmetry, which messed with Kid Death's head. That was
Every
like his
time I hear
thing.
Harlequin, I think friggin' Warhammer though. So
Yeah, can't blame you for that.
honestly, they drip.
And our twisted demon jesters. Harlequins.
Oh, that's
They are
so
just,
dope looking.
yeah, and so freaking evil.
They're cool. They're evil. They're cool. I won't want to paint them though.
Oh, even the thought of it makes my head hurt.
So many checkers. Hmm? Check Seko from League, isn't it?
Yeah, Shaco.
Shaco. Uh, doo-doo-doo. Trying to think of other pop culture jesters now. There's quite a few.
They're surprisingly popular.
I think it's just because they tend to be very flamboyant and you can do quite cool things with it.
Yeah.
true.
Cicero in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
The Jabberwocky.
mm,
That is the god of Harlequins for 40k. Kakarot. Not Kakarot. Kigoroth.
Yeah, the laughing
that's
god.
pretty dope.
He's the Latin god that guards the Black Library, which is the library of all of their knowledge. Before their race fell.
Yeah.
Who
Like
did
the
they fall
most.
to?
Oh, they fell because the race, the Harlequin are a sub-faction of a race, and that race basically fucked their way into spawning a new god that ate or half, nearly like 90% of the souls,
Damn.
and wants to eat the others.
Yep.
That's kind
Yeah,
of good.
they basically their race became that advanced in technology that they just went down the depravity route,
Yeah.
and they just got more and more into depravity and extremes of everything. That
Pleasure
all of
cults.
their race basically are are very psychically sensitive as well. And in Warhammer, there's a subplane that's the immaterial, where all thoughts and things become reality. And the most
Okay.
psychically powerful can affect it and affect reality through it. So an entire race doing too much of one thing created a god of it. But the god
That's actually
creation, the god creation ripped a hole in space, ate
As it does.
90% of their species, and is trying to eat the rest. It's
I
like,
like it.
Yeah, and then you split it into the good ones and the really bad ones.
The
Like
good ones,
the
the really bad
worst.
ones. They are the worst in the entire 40k, which is saying a lot. They are the worst.
Yeah.
Like morally the worst?
Morally the worst, and what they do the worst.
Just everything. The
Yeah.
worst.
Because the way
I was just gonna say, can I get filled in really quick because I had to scramble for the charger too. Things got really
Oh, we
weird for a
waited.
second.
Yeah.
yeah, we were just
Okay.
Warhammer fun.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yep. What was the last thing you heard?
The last thing I heard was, I'm gonna describe. And then it cut off. It was when you had come over to the water and you said, "Can I hold your feet?"
Okay,
wow.
yeah. So I drank from the pool with you holding my feet, and for me it tasted like what was
Meat.
it? Raw meat.
Yep.
Oh wait, there's different. Oh gosh.
Yeah. And then after that, Josh, you want to explain the whole collar situation?
Well, no, first, then the doctor just. Oh yeah, that happens after this.
That the
So
collars happened then, yeah.
yeah. So Carl at the end went. So we're going to split you into parties or groups, whatever you prefer. We don't care if you work together or not, but it's easier if you do. And your collar changed to a different color. Everyone's collar changed to a different color, and yours all turned to yellow. And you said, "Look for the guys with the same color. Team up, or bugger off. I don't care. I will start guiding you through and giving you first task to do. I hope you survive. If you don't, okay." And then he starts having. Once the first group is formed, he pulls them over and starts explaining something to them. Which then, at this point, the doctor came over to you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I approached the halfling that still had a little bit of that blue dripping out of their, empty eye socket. And I offered them some leeches in these trying times.
Yeah, I took one and I said, am I supposed to eat it or
It's for cleaning out your eye. They are very good at drinking everything.
Oh, I got someone for that, and at that point you'll see a little rat poke out of my eye socket and kind of like lick up the remnants of the blue. That's or like looks like tears right now out of my empty eye socket, and then scurry back in.
You
Oh,
see,
he's very
then
well trained.
He is. He's very good,
How long
and
did it take him? How long does he live in there?
he does. He likes to keep a clean house. Surprising to know for a rat, but he does. His name's
Stan.
Digit, by the way.
Yeah.
Digit the rat.
Yeah, and I'm Jasper. Looks like we'll be teaming up together.
Yes, this yellow isn't normal. it's fine. It'll do.
Yeah.
Yes. So how many performance spaces have you worked in?
Performance spaces.
Yes. This is obviously. I must have had a little too much fun the night before. Where are where's the captain? Is he anywhere around?
Uh, man, I was running through a city
Tall,
street.
broad-shouldered. You're a performer. I'm sorry, that's not your responsibility.
Dude, I'm not a performer. I was running through
Oh,
my city
no, we're
streets, and then I
already
was bamped here.
we're already in it. We're already in it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I wink at. I give you a nice obvious wink. Like, gotcha. Like, I'm going under the assumption that I've arrived to the LARP and everyone's already began.
yeah.
So,
It looks like I wink back, but I'm really just blinking. Because one eye.
the rat winks.
But yeah, so at that point, I'll look back over to the lovely gentleman who gave me a leech and said, "Can I eat it, or would you like it back?"
Just standing looming over you with his stare through these crystalline lenses at that rat inside of your head, with a notebook, just noting things down.
Ominous scribbling.
I open my mouth and just kind of like dangle the leech above it. I said yes, no.
It might not be best. I've seen leeches do some work, but if you're that committed to this, I mean, of course, yes. Try it. And I smile.
Instantly bites it in half.
It's a bit gooey. There's some juices. It's not the best tasting.
Go from raw meat to that.
Not Duke Etherton! You monster!
Hey, I asked. Your silence told me nothing. He told me to do it.
I was focusing on the rat in your head.
And I was trying to eat a leech.
Why?
Do you want this half back?
Yes.
Still wiggles.
Yes.
Okay. He hands the half.
Takes that and puts it in a jar with the rest of them.
Do the rest eat it?
No. They just circle around it in fear.
You're down half a leech.
Yeah. And you must be careful. There are crazy people here that will eat you. Storms
And what
away.
ship are you with? Oh,
Ship?
I'm doing it. I'm so sorry. So we are here, and we are of the yellow golden ones. What is
Yellow? Golden? What are you talking? Why is this color yellow?
I gesture to his collar when he says that.
Just completely confused about it. Did I miss
nice
something?
piece of jewelry?
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I was just in the city pulling a job, and then I woke up here, and my hammer turned into this lollipop. Present it and then give it a lick. It's raspberry flavored.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I
was resting for the night, and now I'm here.
Huh. I was in the middle of a surgery. I do wonder what happened to them. I wonder if looks around to see if any of the other people were people in the surgery.
Just with an open chest cavity.
Open chest cavity, a missing leg, a couple of leeches, some bandages.
It was a corpse study.
And two band-aids on each side of the forehead. Heart shapes.
Naturally.
No.
Do we see the man in charge coming near us?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to walk up to him.
He stares at you. He's got the scar in his mouth and the lollipop just over his shoulder right now. And we get the whiff of cigar
Hello.
smoke.
I give it like a nice like wrist turning like over the top bow. Um, I was just checking in. Did I perhaps leave any note for the captain? I'm not sure exactly when I was picked up for this. Um, I'm assuming that they're treating me to a fully immersive experience. Um, but I can't quite remember. I'm having a bit of a gap. Um, could you enlighten me if the captain said exactly how long this experience is supposed to last? If they're, I don't remember this geography where we were, so I'm just a bit confused. I'm all on board. I'm absolutely on board. I just want an estimate on about how long this game will be going.
His question. He kind of rubs his chin with his free hand.
How much gold did they? How much gold did they put into this? This is really nice.
Gold? Don't know if they put any gold in this. They kind of made
Oh.
it.
They couldn't buy an experience like this.
No.
Actor camps can run a pretty penny.
What's an actor camp? This is maintenance.
Oh wow. Oh wow. I'm more to myself. I'm like, this is a really good one. Oh, I'm sorry. So we are the Golden Ring ones. Yes, that's what I'm coming to understand.
If you prefer that color.
I'm not opposed to it. So we're doing maintenance. Wow. What all is that going to entail?
Your first goal is to. You'll be dealing with the Gummy caves. Well, Gummy Forest. There's a cave in it. Go in there and deal with the creatures in it.
All right. Well, I am honored for the experience. I turn to the other two. So, Gummy Caves, first day. I'm like smiling ear to ear, like this is like this is like a murder mystery cruise or something.
Leaning
Else in the back.
past, leaning past to like look at Carl because I would have been behind him. Be like, when do we get to leave?
When you pay enough or work enough, commissions.
What kind of figures are we looking at here? I'm suddenly flush with cash.
Well,
Coin.
it depends a bit. If you just do jobs, about 20,000 points.
Point.
Yeah,
I told you, it's a game.
Really, related to the color, it's points. Items, gold. Gold, silver, copper. You know how it is. Like, if you want to, he reaches into a small pocket and seems to pull out a glass of milk that still, you can see, has condensation on the side. If you want something that isn't full of sugar, that'll cost you gold.
And
he
how
takes a sip
much?
and puts it back.
And how much points can I buy with gold?
Nothing.
Oh, how many
You can
points do I
spend-
have now?
You have no points. You can exchange points for gold, but you can't make gold into points.
Of course.
And we get the points by completing the missions.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Do you
You
want to
don't-
know anything like the functions of the collar?
I assumed that it was decorative.
How any of this works? What you're dealing with? Any questions?
Yeah.
The group asked quite a few, especially with some of the weirder noises, which you can all do a perception check if you want.
Yeah.
Nope.
To do that, you click your character sheet and
Nope.
just click on the word perception on your attributes.
My computer, my laptop's updating right now, so I'm going to just take your word, your 2 words for it.
I will.
I'm
I got
kind of
it.
I'm kind of like looking around and taking everything. I'm like, this is Wow.
I will roll for you just in case.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, that's awesome.
Oh shit!
Huh.
So if you got 15 or above, you can actually hear some odd animal noises, like a cow mooing and the odd cluck of a chicken. And a duck quack at one point,
Huh.
I don't hear anything.
which, Quill, you also hear that because you got 21. You rolled the best.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that because that was a persuasion check.
That was a persuasion.
Persuade me your ears to hear better.
I'm wearing a mask that covers everything.
Just staring at half a leech in a jar.
Yeah, and I was totally just noting things down about the sugar content of this fudge.
So yeah, this is where you can ask Carl questions about how this area works, some basics about areas around it, or about the collar itself.
Yeah. 2 questions. 1, do we get like point vouchers, or how do we actually like get our points?
Look at your wrists.
Okay, look at my
Oh,
wrist.
So
The wrong one.
if you look at your wrist with your palm up, the inside of your wrist will have a 000 in red.
Is it on both wrists or just the one?
It'll be on both. It's whichever one you lift up.
Okay. So I can't.
If you
show
lift
it.
up both, it will be on both.
That's a pretty trick.
One of the color functions.
Ah. Do the different colors function differently?
Nope. Color change is just a group thing. After your first
Okay.
mission, if you survive, you can change it to whatever you want.
Word.
It has to be the same for everyone in your group.
And do we all get the same amount of points?
Yes.
Okay, so like groups achieve together or fail together.
Yep.
Okay.
This first
And
job is only going to be 100 points as well.
better than the 0 we got now.
How many coins would that be?
You could probably get about current rates 200 gold.
Ooh.
How frequently
Oh.
do the rates change?
It's about who you go and trade with.
Okay, so but it should be like a pretty
kinda-
standard.
It's a standard sort of thing. Most people class it as about 2 gold for 1 point.
Okay.
And to be aware, that glass of milk I just showed you, that was 20 gold.
Hmm.
Anything
more thing.
not sugar is rare. Hmm?
Do you have a map we could have?
You know what? Yeah, I can give you one. And he reaches into that same pocket that had the milk and seems to pull out a map that shouldn't fit in the pocket. And he goes, "Here you go." And it's basically the map I showed you when we were in session earlier.
I'll take
Yeah.
it, but then hand it to like one of the bigger guys.
Takes it, puts it in the book, doesn't even look twice at it, just just a note.
I feel like you're the tallest.
Yeah.
That doc is.
Yeah, I'm pretty tall. I haven't set the height for my character, but yeah, I guess my character might actually be the tallest.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm particularly tall, but I'm not a halfling, so I think that that would make you the tallest of the 3 of us.
I'm the
Height
shortest for sure.
is about the average height is 5'1" to 6 foot.
I would say I'm about like 5'7".
Yeah,
5'8".
I'm the tallest. Flat 6. Yeah, this giant bird is just staring straight down at the halfling, just noting everything about the rat's physiology and how it interacts with the sugar it just ate.
Can we have him make a perception check, and I'll tell you how much you actually see, like what's inside the eye socket.
Oh gosh,
I've
is
thought
there an
about this.
apartment in there?
Can it? Well, he can if he wants. There's a rat in the way, I think.
Yeah.
So you basically he's kind of like clouding like the socket because he's like he looks too big to be in there,
Yeah.
but and we established that he does have a collar, right?
Yep.
Do the collars give off a glow?
No.
Okay, that would be really cool. The inside of the
Might be
eye
able to
socket is
upgrade it that
glowing
way.
Yellow.
Huh.
But yeah, so he's been like, because we were just in like a city like where we live, and now we're here. He's kind of just been like stealthily looking out, but you basically just see him. He looks like a normal rat, typical street rat. If you get too close, he will kind of like tuck back away a little bit, but
Oh,
he
he's
just kind of
shy.
feels like darkness. Well, not necessarily shy, but the giant predator-looking bird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is
More like
reminding me of
common
an old
sense.
performance. Like every time you walk around, it's like Tom and Jerry physics.
Yeah. Everything about this just giant bird just cocking its head from side to side, just staring like the hawk. This rat is the most fascinating thing in the universe right now.
Not the
Candy
candy world we've been in.
Screw that. This rat.
just enamored with the world. I just like they really went all out for this. Like the amount of mages they'd have to have make the walls fudge and
So
Wow.
when you're all sort of talking, Carl says, "Well, if we're all done, I have 2 bits of warning. Well,
ooh.
one's a warning, one's more of just friendly advice that's useful. The useful thing is your collars prevent tooth decay. So there's that. You don't
Does it
rot your teeth
prevent
out.
Sugar
or
out then.
You can
would
eat
it
as much as you want.
would it refresh bad teeth,
I
or
don't
like just
know. I've
prevent
never
them
come across it.
further decay? Well, my character's teeth would have been shit.
Takes
Oh,
out.
then yeah, they would have been come back perfectly.
Oh, so like he's got perfect teeth now. All right,
Pulls
he
out.
So
definitely
does the
knows
rat.
that. Yeah.
So it's the rat, yeah.
Pulls out surgical tools.
And then
Yeah,
he's like,
Uncomfortably close.
he
the warning.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to the eye socket specifically.
No, to the teeth. That's
Oh.
all the rage right now. I
And
wanted
he
to
goes,
pull one out.
he goes, the warning is don't be spotted by the kids.
Oh, there are children.
Don't go looking for them. Don't get seen by them.
What would happen?
I got the milk from someone that got spotted by the kids.
Were they dead?
You
Or
produce milk when you get spotted by the kid?
No,
He was
they
made
became a
into-
cow.
Oh.
That's a way to
He-
live, I guess.
He hasn't got the points to get the curse removed.
Oh, it was a curse.
Oh. Oh.
Who
Okay.
cares?
Okay.
And how long you been here, Carl?
30 years?
Are you trying to get out?
No.
Okay.
Came here when I was 10, maybe 9. Like scratching his beard, trying to think about it. Been here ever since. Never went home.
So you were
Now-
one of the children?
Yeah.
Now
Why'd you
were.
stay?
Well, I was a street urchin. No
Hmm.
family. No.
Hey,
If
me
I went
too.
back, I get beaten up. Yeah, it's like, well, this place I don't get beaten up. I get free food. Yeah, you get sick of it. But then I turned into an adult. I got the collar. And I got put down here and, well, I worked off the points years ago, but it's
Is
a
that why
living.
you get to do this bit of it instead of our bit?
So
Yeah.
another question. I'm assuming that you're kind of our guide in this portion of things, but who's actually in charge? Is it that little fairy from that image
He
thing?
he pales a little bit when you just say it like that, and he says, the sugar plum queen. Yes, she is in charge. Make sure
That's
to
so
pay her
cute.
respect, because she does listen.
What do you mean
she's
she
listening.
listen?
She could be listening to any conversation at any given time, anywhere in her domain.
Oh,
So,
wonderful. I'm
there's
having a
just a
lovely
chance that-
time.
Not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed, but it's better not risking it.
Okay, and I'm sure us
that's-
talking about this now is kind of putting a little bit of a red flag on our color team, huh?
The
Your
doctor,
Majesty, this is wonderful. The
doctor-
waters taste great.
Yeah. The doctor turns to look at him and goes, "Does she also read what we write?"
I don't know. I don't know how to read or write.
Can she see what we see?
No, unless she deliberately looks for you.
Okay.
Very well.
So she could hear us without seeing us. Is more
Yeah, someone
relevant.
explained it was some kind of divination,
Okay.
but just audio, no visual. Some wizard told me about it. You know how they are. Book smarts, nothing else.
This whole time, Jasper's been like putting his hand in his mouth, like feeling the new teeth that where like previously like gaps in the teeth would be, like
Just every so
lost a
often. Yeah.
tooth here and there.
Oh yeah, I hit.
I think I'm gonna start writing reviews on things. So I just like write good water near the like carpet with the like 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 if there's like a I'm just gonna carve it into like the stone or like if there's like river stones there. I'm just like good rock, good water.
That's a nice boulder.
Any other
Just
questions?
Yeah, you said to not be seen by the kids.
Yeah.
Are there steps that we should be actively taking to avoid that? I know you said we were going to the Gummy caves, and I'm looking at, or actually the doc has the map put away, so I'm not looking at it. What are our chances of being like? Where are the kids? Like, is
Kids
there
are
places we should avoid?
kids are primarily in towns and cities. Not this one. This one's underground. Most of the maintenance crew use the underground tunnels, like the one you came through from the caves.
Okay.
So there is a cave system under the entire island, continent, whatever you want to call it. It is quite the walk. I've been told to cross it. Well, I've tried it once and I don't recommend it. It takes about 3 weeks to cross on foot through the tunnels. Above land, that'll take you a few months because it's not flat.
Okay. And
Also,
did
we have
the map you
faster
gave us,
ways.
did it have like this these passages on there?
Yeah, basically you
Okay.
can get to any city on the map I showed you earlier, apart from the Candy Castle, by these tunnels. That's the issue with the tunnels, though. They only go to the cities, and it's on the outskirts of the cities.
Yes. About that cow, did they transplant the brain?
They got polymorphed.
Oh,
Ooh.
well. Just keeps noting down things.
They still have their mind,
Uh-huh.
and you get changed into whatever the kid that sees you wants the most, which often means you get a lot of ponies, a lot of girl ponies, even if you're a guy.
What is the craziest thing someone's been turned into that you've seen?
There was one unlucky guy that became a boat.
A boat?
Yeah.
Like a sentient boat, or just a boat? He's done. He's a boat now.
Well, he could still think. He just had no control. He was a
I
boat.
would love to meet the singing boat if there's still a boat.
No, they don't. They had the
No,
boats.
that's unfortunate.
How did anyone confirm that the boat was still capable of thinking?
It had a collar, and it basically used the collar. While you're a boat, you can still telepathically talk to the collar
Oh, so we can talk to each other telepathically.
in short range.
So, do we use the collar to redeem our points?
You get the points automatically, depending on what you want to do. If you want to get gold, you shake hands with the person when you both agree on something, on the amount. If you want to redeem them for something else, like an enchantment on it, I don't know what you want. Someone had light cast on it, which he regretted when he realized he couldn't turn it off.
Mm.
But yeah, you can get different enchantments for it. They're limited, but they're useful.
And what about the curse breaking?
That is 3,000 points.
And we just like will that into the collar, and if we get cursed, it'll drop it.
Yes,
Cool.
looks quite
Where else
nicely.
can we redeem points?
What are you after?
The doctor
Because what
is
you're after.
The doctor
Depends
just
on what you
walked
get.
away and is testing the telepathic range while noting things down.
The range,
Completely oblivious.
Do I just
The
hear the
range-
doctor in my head, or who are you sending this to?
Yeah. Both of you just hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
the range
Hi.
is about 25 feet.
25 feet.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But that is in open space. You don't know if it's affected by walls or creatures or anything. So
I
Okay.
push, I go back to them and I organize them to stand in front of each other and then try again. Hello, hello, hello.
still works. Same again.
There's a major height difference here.
There. I should toss you in the water and see what happens.
Oh, I actually have a question. I'm gonna try and telepathically speak to Digit,
Oh my gosh.
and just be
You
like,
just
"You doing all right?"
get a squeak back.
Okay, so it's just a squeak. It's not like a voice now.
He doesn't know any languages.
That's what I'm wondering.
He knows
Like he
rap.
can understand me, but
It's kind of because you can send images through telepathically. Like a thought, this is sort of like a photo sort of image.
okay.
So you can sort of send them through it as well.
Oh no. The images that you see are on your insides.
Oh gosh.
You have to willingly send them. So he is willingly
Yeah.
sending you them.
I love it.
Unintentionally, just the pure anatomy of everything.
If you want to block that, if you want to block people on telepathy, you can.
And
You
how do
might
we do
want
that?
to. Yeah, you
You
might want
will the
to.
person you want to ignore. You can turn it off and on. But if you want to message anyone outside of your group, it costs points.
That's what I was wondering.
Oh.
And how much points is that?
10 points to add a person. But the range is limited unless you spend, I think. It depends how far. For every
Is it a
extra
one
foot, it's 10 points.
is it a one-time thing or are they added to the channel, so to speak?
I guess channel's a good enough word. Yeah, they're added to it. You can talk to them at any time.
Oh,
As
okay.
long as they're
That's
in
long as-
range and you
long as-
don't have something really thick in the way.
And only one of us needs to spend those points, or do like both parties have to spend 10 points to like agree to this deal?
If you can send messages at your range and they can send messages at their range. So if you could send a message 1,000 yards, 1,000 feet away, but they can only send it 50, you're not going to get the reply.
Okay.
Mm.
But
You
if
can
like to
irritate the
join the
hell out of someone.
channel, to join the channel though, like would
It's
both
them.
parties have to agree, or
Oh no, you can just you can have to both add each other, but they could still just block you. So
okay?
Doctor is just measuring everyone's general thickness.
which, which parts?
Everything.
My head is the thickest for sure.
I'll tell
I'm
you, Carl's hips
extremely
don't lie.
skinny. I'm basically a rag doll.
Yeah. You get
Yeah, Carl's hips are completely
surprisingly
honest.
accurate and detailed anatomy, for short.
If there's no other questions, I'll go into the other groups.
Should we just
Well,
get
what-
to it?
Yeah.
The gummy caves sound pretty inviting.
In which
You'll
direction
find
are the
them.
gummy caves?
They're in the Gummy Lands. If you go straight through the tunnels, you'll come out to a small city called the Toffee Town. I hate the names here.
I agree.
It
You
all
head,
sounds delicious.
you get sick of it. Due west from there till you hit the coast, then head straight north. It's around there somewhere.
Right. Turns looks at others. What were we supposed to do again? I haven't been paying attention.
We are going to the gummy caves to deal with some animals of a
Okay.
kind. Keeping it vague, I'm a little excited. I like the surprise.
Holding multiple
So
potions, just
to the town, to Toffee Town, westward bound, and then northward heading.
okay. So
One more
either
thing, Carl.
beast, aberration,
Yeah.
fae, organizing hundreds of potions. Just which one should I bring today? All of them.
Carl's like,
Uh,
yeah.
Are we gonna be meeting someone there, or are we just kind of like on our own from here on out?
On your own. I don't give a crap if you live or die.
I respect
You
that.
said you just said you'd hope we live.
Well,
I
yeah,
give
I
like
don't
a
want people to die. That's on my conscience. But if you do die, I'm not going to cry over it.
I
Fair.
can respect that.
I have.
Oh,
go
the
on.
colors prevent you from hurting each other.
Oh, I smack one of you.
Which
So
one?
you smack them and you get hit for 1 damage.
Oh god. Oh, not the plague doctor. He's tall.
You slapping a halfling?
You
Yes.
slap the halfling and you take 1. You take 1 damage. It feels like you just got slapped.
Ow.
The fuck, man?
Yeah, you don't
That
feel
didn't
anything,
hurt.
Jasper.
Oh, I don't.
Oh,
I
you
basically
get
just
pushed.
moved your face.
Huh.
Why? I rub my face and like look at it, like look at my hand. It's like and see if you like wipe something on me.
There probably is a little bit more of that blue.
Actually, the quill takes. You take no damage because you got -1 strength, so you do no damage.
Yeah. I actually feel a little better. No. But, yeah.
It stings. That's about it. Made a good noise.
Huh.
That's smart. Mm-mm-mm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see. Is the Gummy Cave a large cave, or are we going to have to trek a few different caves?
The one we're sending you to, I hope we don't get the wrong one. It's like a couple.
There's
Uh,
okay.
We just need you to clear one. There's always an issue with one of them somewhere.
So there are multiple Gummy caves.
Yeah. Multiple issues. We send new groups out there. You'll see some other groups heading there as well. It's just a kind of introduction to see the outside for the first time. See if we get
Are
any
we
new
al-
farm animals.
Are we allowed to help each other, or are we working against each other?
You are, but you're not meant to go into the same cave with each other.
What
Well,
happens if we do?
Then
yeah.
whoever defeats the most, whoever contributes the most to the mission gets the points, whichever team.
And
Even
the
if it
losing
wasn't
team gets
theirs.
nothing.
Even if it wasn't theirs, because we don't have any claims on the caves.
Okay.
Say there was 5 animals in there and one group killed 3, the other group killed 2. The ones that killed 3 got the points, the one that killed 2 got nothing.
Ooh, we can kill steal. Take note of that,
Yeah.
Doc.
Nice.
Yeah. Hmm.
It reminds me of the front.
Yeah. Big man. I know we just met, but when you die, may I have your bones? They're for research.
My bones.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yours too. But I was talking about the big man.
Mhm. I don't plan on dying anytime soon.
But when you do die, may I have your bones?
If you're still here, sure.
Check. Writes down
You-
detailed list.
I was going to say, do you have a contract for him to sign?
Yeah.
Medical science.
Please sign
The rights
here,
to your
here,
bones.
here, 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 and here, and a soul binding contract with your blood mark here.
What does any of this mean? I can't understand it. What's these squiggles?
Oh wait.
I can't
Just
read.
Just put your thumb on this part here, and it's all good.
Okay. And he puts his thumb on there, and there's nothing there.
I hold out my knife, like it looks exactly my picture, just kind of like out.
Yeah, there's a small little needle that when you press down, leaves a bloody fingerprint.
But he puts his thumb on it, and it seems you see a small bit of blood appear, but then it immediately seems to disappear and suck back in and close back up. He's like, oh. You can't have my blood, it seems.
Interesting, just keeps noting down so much more. It's just so absolutely enamored with everything.
It's the advantage to being here so long. You have a lot of enchantments on this thing. He like taps a black collar that's barely visible on his neck. For some reason, when you don't focus there deliberately, like being pointed there, it's not visible.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Got regeneration and a bag of holding for my pockets.
Isn't paying attention in the slightest, just... Well, did you say something?
But either way, I'll leave you all to it.
Oh, yes.
Would I
He-
have seen that thing with the blood, or would I be too short to see that?
You'd have probably been too short.
Okay, that's what I figured.
And he wanders off.
Now, where were we
Hey Doc,
supposed
can
to
I
go
see that
again?
map?
Oh, yeah, here. Wait, map? What map?
You took I handed it to you earlier. You tucked it in your book, and I point to his book.
You don't see their face, but there's this blank look of like, what the hell are you talking about?
Again, you don't know if I'm winking or blinking.
Yes. Just pick a random direction and go on Willow Walker. Yes. No interest whatsoever.
You didn't give me the map back.
It doesn't even realize that they have the map.
I told you had the map. I told you where we put it. In the
I
book.
know. They put it in the
Nothing.
book and they weren't paying attention at all. It didn't even register for them that they got the map.
Do we if we looked around, do we see like signs that say like, oh, this way, like this tunnel to the whatever?
Depends on what languages you speak.
I speak common, gnomish, goblin, and halfling.
Okay, let me just check.
I speak all the
I've
short
got-
races.
I don't think the doc will care.
Abyssal, Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Gnomish, Sylvan. Directions are good. That way I can note down where I dissect things.
So it is in Goblin and Primordial, which
Mm.
Quill
Hey.
also can speak Primordial.
So I can't tweak
And
it.
there is several signs dotted about the place. The Goblin one is a lot more rougher, just in nature of Goblin, but it's also etched into the wall a lot rougher than the Primordial, which seems to have been melted in.
Okay.
And it basically says on different tunnels where they lead to different areas. Like one says farmland, another one gummy forest, another one the ice caps, which are the ice cream mountains. I mean, the dough
I'll
deserts, the chocolate volcanoes, all of that.
when I see the gummy one, I'll point it out and say, I think we should go this way.
Yes, go that way.
I can't read it. What does it say?
It says gummy forest right here. Clear as goblin.
Gummy and gummy.
I will move you back to this map, and then we will pause for a break so I can go get a drink.
Yep.
Sounds
Take a
good.
breather. Try not to
Yeah.
strangle us.
About how long?
It'll be about, I'll say 10 minutes.
Cool.
Word.
Okay, see you all in 10
I too
minutes.
will be right back.
Awesome. Same.